This is Doug again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks. I'm going to show you how to set up a pin jig. My laser bed is 18 by 24. I would go to Home Depot and I would think most Home Depots would have MDF, quarter-inch MDF. It cuts like butter. It's stabilized. MDF is a great product. It will never warp. You know, if you lay it down flat, it's not going to flex. You know, some people are going to use birch plywood. It's a little too thin for me. Unless you get thicker, and then it's hard to cut. And MDF is great for jigs. So we're gonna, and also you can, it comes in Home Depot in 4x8 sheets or 2x4 sheets. Excuse me. If you don't have a table saw or saw, they'll actually give you one cut for free. So you've got the 24. Just have them cut it at 18 inches. Then you'll have some pieces left over. Then what I'm going to do first, before I'm going to start my pin jig, I'm going to take an X and I'm going to put it right there in that corner. So going backwards, and now make a box that's 23.5 by 18. Put that in the center of the page. But then I want it, so then I would, well, let's tell you what. Let's make this 17. Then I would cut that out on your laser. What that's going to do, it's going to give you perfectly square corners. Okay? Their table saw, their saw might not cut perfectly square. Then I'm going to take and I'm going to put my jig right in the corner. I've got mine set on my nudge factor on 1/1000 of an inch. Put it right in that corner. And when you take your board in there, your laser, kind of place it pretty firmly in that corner. Then I would put an X there, and the reason for the X is you'll know what side's up, what corner goes into the jig. It's going to always go in that corner. So most people would make, so on a test, on that other piece of MDF you have, I would make your test cuts. And let's say your pin is 5 inches long by a half inch. Set it right there. Then you can even allow, and this is where you're going to need doing some testing. You could even cut out for the clip to fit in. Take those two items, weld them together. Now you've got your pin jig. Let's move it down a little bit. All right. Now I would even take a box and measure from the rings to the tip. And that's going to be your writing surface. So we're going to take John Smith over here. And we're going to put it. So this is what you would do if all your pins, let's say you have to make 100 pins and all the logos are the same. You would just put it in there as you're making your jig for the first time. Now what I'm going to do, our pin jig is 5 inches long. So I'm going to make a duplicate of that, but I want it to move over 5.5 inches every time it makes a duplicate. And I didn't grab it all. Let's go ahead and group that. Now we'll make a duplicate. And you can get 4 pins across there. Now you can take this and change this to 0 and change this to a -1. Make your duplicate. Oh, somehow I hit a -4. -1. So there's your pin jig. This is the way I would have set it up. and this is probably the way I did set up the first time. My mentor, Roy Brewer and Randy Allen from Engraving Concept, I called them one night when I needed to do 400 pins. And I was telling them what I'm doing. They go, and this is what's really something about your laser are going to engrave back and forth, back and forth. All this is dead space. All this is dead space. Your laser's running without hitting anything. All right. So what I would do, and what I did, and it saved me a lot of time. Let's erase these. Now let's grab Mr. John Smith. Let's turn him at a 90-degree angle. Now let's put him right here. Now he's only a ½ an inch big. So we're going to move over 1 inch every time we make a duplicate. Now you probably have the same amount of pins in the well, you have a lot more pins in the same spot. But look at our dead space. Now our dead space is only this much. So when the laser is running, that's the only dead spot, because it's going engrave, dead spot, engrave, dead spot. And I hope you really understand that. If you turn your pins this way in your jig, then you can also, go and Control D and move them down, and you're ready to go. Now, the key is later on to change those names, but it can be done because you've got a text box. You're gonna have to write it. Let's just ungroup one of these. Take that. Take that name out of there. Turn it back to 0 so you can type on it. Change it to and go up here. A lot of people aren't aware of this. This is your edit text button. Let's make this one Joe Smith. Turn it back to 90-degree angle. Place it in your text box. And also, I would do that. I would actually, after I have it cut out, I would probably put crosshairs in my text box from node to node. That one I didn't get. Go to your shape tool, grab that one and put it in the node. So then when you go on the name, you can see it's not quite in the center. Anyway, I hope that helped. I think it's the neatest way to make a pin jig. Thank you for watching.